Jalen Rose, who has been underdressing, by the way, for television since his draft day back in 1994. The Magic squabbled after the Game 5 loss to the Celtics. Are we making too much of the exchange between Dwight Howard and his coach, Stan Van Gundy?
Well, they won today, so at this point, yes. But going to it the last 48 hours, absolutely not. The pressure was squarely on the Orlando Magic to come out and perform and be led by Dwight Howard. He came up big, 20-plus points, 20-plus rebounds.
Let's get right to the dramatic conclusion, shall we? There we go. Celtics have won the last two games to push the Magic to the edge. Game 6 in Orlando, and there's Howard. Had one touch the final 7 minutes of Game 5, and right away backs down Brian Scalabrine and drops the ball right in Bozo Salad's lap. That'll get you technical.
Yes, it will. You got to keep it disciplined, big fella.
And then, well, somebody discipline that. 12 points, 9 rebounds in the first half. Magic trailed by 1 at the half. And Rajon Rondo, best player on the floor, I think.
Yes, he's basically been a triple-double waiting to happen throughout these playoffs. Has been the Celtics' most consistent performer.
19 points, get that one to Kendrick Perkins, one of his 6 assists, had 4 steals, 16 rebounds. There you see he swipes it from Howard. And now later in the third, look at this fancy ESPN access, Jalen. Go ahead, coach him up.
And the thing about Rafer Alston, that's one of the things he brings to the table for the Orlando Magic as a guy that can penetrate the basket, either score from himself when he draws the defenders. If not, get it up on the backboard where the big fella can go get it, and he will take care of the rest.
He got collared on the foul. 23 and 22 rebounds. Magic trailed by 1 entering the fourth. Courtney Lee on the break fouled hard by Dwight Howard, and then Marbury and Turkoglu going to jaw at each other. And Stan Van Gundy, again, talks about discipline with his man. And then Lee right to the hoop.
And this is the guy that I felt like Dwight Howard was talking about when he said more minutes for guys that are playing well. He was their second best player in the first series against the Sixers.
Down 5-6 to go, and Paul Pierce is P-licious.
Yes, he is. Paul Pierce is the true P-squared. Paul Bearer, whatever you want to call him. But when he gets going, call him the MVP of the last year's finals.
All right, now they called that a 2, foot on the line. 6-0 run all by his lonesome, though, and Celtics led by 1, Rafer Alston. Skip to my Lou, and it's the Magic by 2. What happened to Ray Allen's shot?
Well, anytime you're a shooter like Ray Allen, unfortunately you have nights like this. You go 0 for 7 from three-point range, but I hate to be the guy that's guarding him in Game 7 after a performance like that.
Of 11 overall, 5 points. Alston in there. Magic take a 3-point lead, and then one more. These guys will chuck it. They're not scared to throw it.
Not at all. And Turkoglu was cold all game, scored in single digits, but had what it took to take the big shot. But more importantly, as KG frowns, makes the big shot.
Yeah, just 7 points. Game 6, Magic win at 83-75. So after all the stink, the Magic stay alive, but get just 1 point from Howard in the fourth quarter. Orlando closes with an 11-2 run, just the opposite of what happened in the last game. Boston 2 points the final 4:48 and 0 the last 3:45, which means Game 7, Sunday. Let's start with Doc Rivers on Superman.
I guess Dwight Howard was right. My gosh. He was unbelievable. I'm joking.
I think the reason Dwight made the effort tonight had very, very little to do with his comments and an awful lot to do with the fact that he feels great responsibility to try to get this team to advance.
Me and Coach had a great talk, and he could tell that this series, like I told you guys earlier, I was a little frustrated, and he just said go out there and play and not worry about what's being said, what's being written in the papers or whatever. Just play and have fun. And just the whole day, I woke up feeling good, and just try to motivate myself all day, and try to come out tonight and play as hard as I can for my team.
All right, Jalen Rose, Howard, 23 and 22, but 1 in the fourth quarter. So what do we make of this performance?
Well, in the fourth quarter, they were going to the guy that was sitting next to him, Rashard Lewis. They were trying to work on the matchup against Brian Scalabrine. I felt they still need to do a better job to get him the ball in the fourth quarter, because that's what's going to take to win Game 7 on the road. Your big fella being dominant. It's kind of like being a passing team or a running team. The Magic have to find ways sometimes to be a running team, a power team that plays inside then outside.
There you see Howard, 22 rebounds. That's like a month or so. And then the chokehold you get there. All right, you touched on it briefly. Game 7, who needs to deliver on both sides?
Well, for the Magic, they need a bigger and better game from Turkoglu. He came up small today, even though he made a big shot. For the Boston Celtics, Ray Allen and Glenn Davis. Glenn Davis was a no-show after scoring back-to-back 20-point games. He was in single digits today. Ray Allen, one of the sweetest strokes you ever see, except if you're watching tonight, because it was not there. And he is the kind of player that's going to be ready to go in the next game, and the Magic defenders better be ready, because Ray will come out trying to get going.
All right, Game 7, Orlando, Boston, Sunday, ABC, and the winner is...
The Boston Celtics. I'm going with the home court. I think that the Orlando Magic did a great job to this point to get it to 7 games, but a game where Big Baby made the jumper, I think that was their game to take the series. Home court will prevail, taking the Celtics.
All right, let me just check your day planner. After this NBA Fast Break, ESPN 2, 1:30 tonight, right?
Yes.
And then in the morning, Mike and Mike on ESPN Radio, you're back here at 6 a.m. for this?
Absolutely. I get off at 2 a.m. and I'm back for my 5:15 production meeting. Make me some coffee out there, somebody.
Jalen Rose, terrific work. Barnaby, you're a slacker.